In this session, I'm going to be showing you some settings and some keyboard shortcuts that will make you have a better experience while programming with Visual Studio Code. So head over to Command Palette. On Mac, you use Command Shift and P, but on Windows, you use Control Shift and P. So I'm going to search Open User. So you can see Open User Settings. So you see this one that has JSON. So open this one. I'm going to paste something right here. So, and I'm going to leave a link to the JSON file so you can copy this and also paste it here. So look at my settings. Actually, so this is for the font size of the Visual Studio Code or for the code editor. So your own don't have to be 22. This is going to be large. So you can set your own at maybe 14 or 15 or 18, whatever. So but I'm going to leave my own on 22. Why is that? So this can be clear if you are using a system or a laptop to watch this video, or you are using a mobile device. So I set the font size of the code editor to 22 and this to 20. This is for the terminal. So you can set your own to maybe 12 or 13, but just make sure that this is maybe 2 steps lower than this. So for example, if you set this to 16, then you can set this to 14. Okay, so you don't have to use a size as big as this. I'm just using this size because I am teaching. So I'm going to save this. Okay, so you can see this. I do Command and S to save, but on Windows it should be Control and S to save. So automatically you can see that my font size has changed. So now I've saved this now, so I can close this. So now you can see this. So I'm sure now that you can see that the code editor now is actually more clear. It is clearer than it was. So this is the first thing I want to show you. So we are going to see some keyboard shortcuts. So head over to Code. So go to Preference and go to Keyboard Shortcuts. But for some of you, you have to go to Settings first before you see Keyboard Shortcuts. So I'm going to click Keyboard Shortcuts. So the first shortcut we are going to set. So you know that there are several ways you can run your code. If you come here, you can click on this. So you see Hello World. So if you click, you see Hello World. So you see our message printed. But to avoid this long path issue, there's some other way we can run this code. So you can do Python 3 app.py. Okay, but on Windows, you use Python app.py to run your code. Okay, so but on Mac, I'm going to use Python 3 app.py. So you see this. It eliminates this long path issue. So I can press the up arrow or the up key if you like. So you can bring up the Python 3 app.py again. So can consistently bring it up. So use Python 3 app.py or Python app.py on Windows. So but on Mac, Python 3 app.py. So, and actually I can clear this terminal. There's a shortcut for that. But during the course of this video, I'm going to show you that settings. So let's go back to keyboard shortcuts. So there is also a shortcut that you can use to run your code. So let's search run. So you can search run Python code. Run Python code. So what is wrong? Okay, so I should be able to see run. So I beg your pardon, it is run Python file. So you can see this run Python file. So you can click on this pencil icon. So we want to set this to Command and R. So on Windows, you can use Control and R. So I am using Command and R on Mac. So you can click Enter. So this is set. So if you go back here, if you run Command and R, look at this. So it works. So you can say which one is the best method. Actually, I believe Python 3 app.py is the best method. So even in a development environment, So you can always use this Python 3 app.py. You can press it just once, and then you input it just once, and then for every other time use the up arrow to bring it up. So you can always bring the previous things that you've written or the previous commands with the arrow key. So it's going to go up, 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 up. So Python 3 app.py. So that is the best. So what other shortcuts are we going to look at? So we can look at how to toggle terminal. That is, you can bring up the terminal and you can take it back down. So I'll show you what that means. So for this, you search toggle terminal. So you come to this workbench.action.terminal.toggle terminal. This is the right one. So you can click on this pencil icon. So you can now use, I want to use Command and J on Mac, or you can use Command and T, whatever. So let's use Command and T. So I think that is better for T for terminal. So we can use Command and T. But on Windows, you can use Control and T. So I'm going to click enter. So if you come here now, so if you click on this, so let's use Command and T. You can see that our terminal is gone. So Command and T will bring up our terminal again. So that is for toggle terminal. So the next thing is how you can save your files. So search save file. So you can see this save file. So you can click on this pencil icon. So we want to use Command and S on Mac, but on Windows, Control and S. We're going to click enter. So for example, let me print something else. Print how are you. So you can see that this file is not saved. So I can use Command and S to save this file. So you see this, it is now saved. So beautiful. So what else? So the next shortcut we are going to be looking at is how to comment and uncomment a line of code. So let's search comment line. So look at this. So use this editor.action.comment line. So I'm going to click this. So want to use Command and / on Mac, but on Windows, Control and / enter. So let's look at this in action. So look at this second line. Peradventure, I don't want it to, because if I do this now, if I do Python 3 app.py, you can see this how are you now. But if I want to make it a comment, and by the way, during the course, you will learn more about comments. But for now, just get what it does. So if I use Command and / I've commented this line of code. So if I run it now, this is not going to get executed at runtime. So it shouldn't, but because I have not saved it, so this is beautiful. So this is why you can see the essence of saving. So if I save it now, look at this. So if I run this now, so you can see that now, how are you is no longer showing because I saved this. And by the way, I'm going to show you how autosave works. Okay, so that anytime you run your code, it autosaves. So I'm going to show you later in this video. So you don't have to come and do Command and S to save it. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So to open this, to open settings, so if you want to open settings, so search open settings. So let's look at the right one. So see this workbench.action.open settings. So we can use Command and comma. So if you click enter, so if you come up here, if you want to open these settings, look at this. So we have Command and comma to open settings. So you have all these Visual Studio Code settings right here. So that is that. So, and for open keyboard shortcuts, these shortcuts that we have right here. So open keyboard shortcuts. So the way we open these shortcuts before, so we can actually set a shortcut for this. So personally, I believe this current shortcut is too long. So we can use something like Command and K instead of using Command K and Command S. So let's use Command K. So click enter. So if you now use command, let's close it now. Okay, so let's use Command and K. So you can see that it brings us back here. So, and that is beautiful. So actually you can make VS Code to autosave. So see this, so you can come to file and click on autosave. So if you come here, whatever you do, so if you do something new, you can see that you are not seeing this sign again. So it auto saves. So if I uncomment this back and I run it, it's going to be saved automatically. You see hello, how are you is printed. So those are some of the useful shortcuts that you are likely going to use as a beginner while working with Visual Studio Code. So there is something I want to draw your attention to. So during the course of these tutorials, while you are watching the videos of this programming course, so I actually recorded this video after recording those videos. So you will find out that the interface of the code editor for most of the videos is quite different from this one. This is the latest version. So that was an older version when I recorded those videos. So don't worry about that. If you do these settings, you are never going to go wrong. Because for example, you could see something like this, like Python 3 minus u app.py. Okay, it was because I use Code Runner. So Code Runner, you don't really need Code Runner for this video. So I use Code Runner for those exercises, but with these settings, you won't go wrong. So that's what I want you to take note of. So previously, there's something I forgot to show you. How you can clear your console or terminal. So I'm going to head over to the keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to use Command and K on Mac. On Windows, it can be Control and K or whatever you set it to. So you can search clear console here. So let me show you again, clear console. So you're going to click on this pencil icon and then you pull what you want to use. So I'm going to use Command and K here. But on Windows, you can use Control K, and some people prefer to use Control and L to clear their terminal window. Whichever you choose to use, it's up to you. So I'm going to click enter. So that is how. So if you come here, probably I can print anything. I can print hello world. So if I run this now, okay, so I can clear my terminal. So if I use Command and K, it is cleared. So that's what I want to draw your attention to. In this section, I'll be showing you how to format Python code. For example, if you do something like this, let's say A equals to 1, B equals to 2, then I can say, so let's leave it like this for now. So if you run this, print A, okay, it actually works. We printed A and you can print B. But in Python, this is considered a bad practice. This is not a standard format for writing code. Though in some developers' code, you are going to see code written like this. But this is a bad practice. So this is the normal way to do it. So you give a space like this. And we have a lot of other practices that we consider as bad practices that people practice, or we consider them as ugly. So I'm going to be showing you a tool that you can use to automatically format your code, because sometimes you can make mistakes. You don't put your code in the right format and your code still works. So I'm going to be showing you some tools. So, but first of all, if you go to your command palette, Command Shift and P, or on Windows you use Control Shift and P, or you can as well use Shift Command and P or Control Shift and P. So I'm gonna search format document. So you see this format document. So let me leave this as it was before we do that. So let me leave it, let it be barred, something like this. So Command Shift and P. So format document. So it says install formatter. So it means that we don't have any formatter installed. So I'm going to click on this. And if you don't see that prompt, come to the extensions panel here. So this is the extensions button. So we have a lot of formatter, but I'm going to show you. We have AutoPep 8, which is a very popular formatter among developers. Okay, if you search AutoPep 8, so you're going to see it by Microsoft. So you can install this if that's what you want. But for this video, I'm going to be using Black Formatter. So Black Formatter by Microsoft. So this is it right here. So you're going to see this by Microsoft. So it's also a good formatter. In this video, this is what I'm going to be using. You can install AutoPep 8 if you want. It is the same process to install. So I'm going to install this. So it doesn't take time. It is installed. So I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to go back to format document. So Command Shift and P. So I'm going to search format document. Format document. Okay. So now you see that our code is automatically formatted. This is nice, right? So this is beautiful. So we can run Python 3 app.py and it still works. So it's automatically formatted. But I want to show you something because it's going to make life a lot easier for you. Instead of going to this format document every time and then it's going to be a little bit stressful. So one thing we can do. So we go to code. On Windows, it should be files. So you go to preferences or file more accurately. So go to code, go to preferences, and we go to settings. So on settings, you are going to search format on save. So you click this format on save. So I'm going to go back now. So if I write a bad code again, so if I come here, you see this, it formats automatically. So this is going to help you a lot. And I've also included this setting in the settings.json. So if you actually downloaded the settings.json, you'll be able to apply this principle also. So you put Python 3 app.py. So this is how you can format your Python code. It's going to help you a lot.